Okay everyone, welcome to this tutorial about Asana. I'll try to be very quick. Asana is a workflow kind of project management system that will allow us to understand what assignments we have, and then it'll allow us to track our progress in each of those assignments and allow us to do it in a really coordinated and kind of an organized way. So here we have our projects. And the first one you'll see is EC1 listening, topic 1, which is daily life. So we'll click on this one. And as I click on this one, give you that view, you'll see a couple of different options. One, you'll have these lists. And here are the list of all the assignments that need to be completed for this topic. You'll see conversations. So here you can see a conversation that I've had with Brother Anderson. This is just a test conversation. And if I don't need these conversations, I can just delete those conversations as I want. I can print those if I want. So next we'll see a calendar. And on this calendar shows me when all of the due dates are for the assignments I have. So here you can see a couple of assignments I've given to myself. Those are due this Friday. Next we'll see progress. So this line shows us all the tasks that we have before us. This line shows us our current progress with regards to those tasks. So you can see from the small tasks that were given before, we're about halfway there. And then finally, here's some files. So any files that we put into directions for how to create lessons, these can all be found here, but we haven't put any files in yet, so that's why you don't see those. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to process all of the tasks given. So what I'm going to do is click on this. First, actually, if I want to add a task, I can do that by just clicking Add Task. And then I can just call this Task Number 1. And you'll see that then this populates right here. Now, if I have this task and I want us to assign this to someone, I can click on this part and I can assign it to Mary. Or I could assign it to several people. I could say Mary, Neil, Amy. Whoops, that's not how you spell Amy. Oops. Okay, and then I have all these assignments. So now everyone knows that everyone will see in their inbox that they have these assignments. Here I'll click on due date, and let's say I want this assignment due on Friday. So now here's the people I've assigned it to. It's due on this Friday. If I want, I can create tags, but we're not going to use a tagging system for this, so this doesn't apply here. I can click on this if I want to favorite this task, or I can unclick it if I want to. I can add a file to this if I wanted to. I can create subtasks. So let's say the subtasks for this is listening passage number 1. I can create another subtask, listening passage number 2, and so on and so forth. So I can create all these tasks. And even within these tasks, I can create separate due dates. So if I want this one due on the 5th, and I can assign this one to myself, or I could assign this one to anyone else on the team. So it could be Amy Engelbrecht, right? And then I can even send a message. Hey, Amy, here is your assignment. Okay, so that's a little conversation, a little message that when Amy gets that, she'll see here are some directions that I have for this assignment. And then it'll show me a history of when this was created, who it's been assigned to, and so on and so forth. Again, I can write additional comments here as well. And then if I want, I can follow this if this is a really important task. Or if I don't want to, I don't have to follow it. Finally, you have these 3 dots right here. If I want, I can delete this task. I can copy this task. I can mark that I'm waiting on this task. I can merge this with other tasks. What if all of a sudden I decided, oh, I want to make this into a project? I can do that as well. I'm not going to do any of those things here, but I will show you how to copy a task in just a moment. But I'm going to delete this because this is just a test one, so I've deleted that one. And if I want to, I can undo that. And then it'll come back but I truly in fact want to delete this, so I'm going to delete this task. Okay, let's go to let's go to this. This is an actual assignment here. So this assignment I have assigned to myself on this Friday, and here is the basic workflow. So there's the design, plan, research, and map the passage or the script aspect. There's the creating the content, introduction, warm-up content, pre-skill vocabulary. These are all things that come before the actual script itself. There's the script development. There's the 5 questions that we want to ask them. Then we'll run this through ER Central. If this is EC1, it would be ER Central Level 1. We'll do the syntax analysis, which is for EC1 is going to be 1 to 1.2, meaning that there's 1 clause per sentence, or 1.2 clauses per sentence on average. The vocabulary, we decided we're going to wait on this. I've got to delete this from the workflow for right now. Once this is all, so don't worry about these for now. I'll delete those by the time you see these. Once you finish all of these things, you are going to send this to your team lead. So the way you do this is you assign this task, and let's say you're going to assign it to me. This lets me know in my inbox I'll receive a message that you have completed all of these steps, and now I'm going to review these. Let's say after I review it, I say, boy, Jimmy, that was really terrible. And that's all I say. So once I've done that, I might come back to here to create content, and I might assign this back to Jimmy and say start from this assignment again, and I want you to do this assignment by December 6th or something like that. So if you get something back from your team lead that says, hey, I want you to redo this, then either myself or Steve will ask you to come back to the steps that you need to redo and do it again. And then again, you'll repeat this process. When you get to the team lead step, you'll assign it to your team lead, and so on and so forth. At that point, we will assign it to Amy. When Amy is finished with that, she'll mark it as complete. That's how you mark as complete. Okay, we'll unmark that. And then she'll do the AV recordings for listening. She'll mark that as complete. And when that's finished, then it will be implemented into Learnosity, at which point Ted will implement it for the time being. After that, Ted will mark this as complete, and then he will assign this to me so that I can have one final review of this before I pass it off, okay? And then I would mark that as complete, okay? And then when that's all finished, then we're finished with that task, okay? I'm gonna unassign myself. So that's how that works. Now, if I want to copy a task, or in this case a subtask, I will come to these 3 dots and I will say copy task. And then it will allow me to name that task, so I can do that. In this case, I might name it passage 13 at the end. I can say I want the same due date, I want the same followers, I want the same assignee. I can check all those things that I want, but I'll create this new task. And then right now it's thinking, but it's creating that new task. So in a nutshell, that's how that works, okay? One more other thing I'll show you is we can actually even copy, so we have all these subtasks in here, we can actually copy an entire project. So I just click on these 3 dots over here, I go to copy project, I name the project whatever I want, and then I hit create new project. So that's an overview of Asana. It's a really great learning or project management tool. Just be sure that you are perpetually updating your project progress at the end of your shift, so that will give us an accurate view of how close we are to meeting our goals that we have before us. Okay, thank you very much for watching.